Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shila Gurudev ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashutara Shitashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashutara Shitashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Bhagavat Shila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Anugauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shard Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shiksheta Mandala, Gora Mandala, Vraja Mandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Badatta Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kundi ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, the Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, the meeting of Advaita Ācārya and Sriman Mahāprabhu ki jai. Oh, and today is the Avirbhav Tithi of Jesus. What do you say? What does Guru say? Krishna. No, Jesus Christ ki jai. Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Is there anything nice to read, like any devotional thing to read for Christmas or Jesus Christ or anything like that? If anybody has any suggestions, let me know, because I don't have anything on hand.
I mean, there's an article by Gurudev. Well, not article, but not a short little thing on pure bhakti that Gurudev spoke on.
Okay. Okay, cool. Maybe we can read that at the end. That will be our devotional Christmas thing at the end. You can read. Haribo Vidyalalasa Didi. Dandvat Pranam. Okay, so we are continuing on with our reading from Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata. Let's see, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, I accidentally closed it. Caitanya-bhāgavata reading, Madhya-khaṇḍa. We are in chapter 6, right? I think so. Yes. Okay, so we will read the full Kathasar by Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj and then conclude this chapter.
What about Mangalacharan?
And do the Mangalacharan. Sorry, I was rushing before and I just got spaced out. Okay. Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tar Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavatato Sankirtanai kapitaro kamalaya taksho Vishwambharo Dijavaro Yugadharmapalo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro Namastrikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha Jai 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 Vishwambhara Dvijaraj Jaya Vishwambhara Priya Vaishnava Samaj Gaura Chandra Jai Dharma Setu Mahadhir Jaya Sankirtana Moy Sundara Sharir Jaya Nityanandir Bandhava Dhana Pran Jaya Gadadhar Advaitar Prema Dham Jaya Shri Jagarananda Priya Atishay Jaya Vakreshwar Kashishwarer Hriday Jaya Jaya Shivasadi Priya Varganath Jiva Pratikor Prabhu Shubha Drishtipat Madhya-khaṇḍa katha jeno amriter khanda je katha shunile ghuche antar pashanda Madhya-khaṇḍa katha bhai shuno ekachitte sankirtana arambha hoilo jeno mate tavai vasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyaya devi tvang nayamang charanantikam Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai kshiptastakama ditaranga madhe kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanarvindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare The glories of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata and Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. From Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita. Ore mura lok shuno Chaitanya mangal, Chaitanya mahima jate jani beshakal, Krishna lila bhagavate kohe ved vyas, Chaitanya lila vyas Vrindavana das, Vrindavana das koilo Chaitanya mangal, Jahara shravane nashe sarvaya mangal, Chaitanya nitar jate janiye mahima, jate jani Krishna bhakti siddhanter sima, Bhagavate jato bhakti siddhanter sar, likhiya chen iha jani koriya udhar. Chaitanya mangala shune jadi pashandi javan, Sheho maha vaishnava hoy tatakhan, Manushe rachite nare aiche granta dhanya, Vrindavana dasa mukhe vakta Shri Chaitanya, Vrindavana dasa pode koti namaskar, Aiche granta korite ho tarila sangsar, Narayani Chaitanyar Uchishta Bhajan Tar Garbe Janmila Shidasa Vrindavan Tar Ki Arbhuta Chaitanya Charita Varnan Jahara Shavane Shuddha Koila Tribhuvan Shahaje Vichitra Madhur Chaitanya Vihar Vrindavana Dasamukhe Amriter Dhar Vrindavana Dasamukhe Amriter Dhar. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they are described by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai. The Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai. Sapashaji Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Raseshwari Mataji and Ganga Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All right. So, Chapter 6, the Lord's meeting with Advaita Ācārya. I'm going to read the full Kathasar by Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and then we'll continue on. This chapter describes how Sri Mahaprabhu sent Ramai to explain the truth of his own identity and the news of Nityananda's arrival to Advaita. The arrival in Navadvip of Advaita and his wife with various ingredients for worship, and their secretly staying at the house of Nandana Ācārya in order to test Mahaprabhu. The meeting between Advaita Ācārya and Mahaprabhu, who is a super soul and knower of Advaita's secret pastimes. Advaita's darshan of the Lord's opulences, that's where we ended with yesterday, and today we'll be reading about the topics of Mahaprabhu disclosing the truth about himself to Advaita Ācārya. Okay, so now here's a more detailed synopsis. After completing the Vyas Puja ceremony at the house of Srivas, Sriman Mahaprabhu, along with Nityananda Prabhu and the devotees, they constantly remained intoxicated by chanting the holy names. One day, the Lord sent Ramai, the younger brother of Srivas, to Advaita with the instruction to inform Advaita that the Lord, whom he worshipped and prayed to in various ways, has now appeared in this world to distribute devotional service. He also instructed Ramai to inform Advaita about Nityananda's arrival in Navadvip and request Advaita to come with his wife and ingredients for worship. Being ordered by Mahaprabhu, Ramai happily went to the house of Advaita. Due to the influence of devotional service, the omniscient Advaita Prabhu already knew that Ramai was coming to him with Mahaprabhu's instruction. As soon as Advaita saw Ramai, he asked Ramai, "Has Mahaprabhu sent you to bring me?" As Ramai requested Advaita to come to Navadvip to meet the Lord, Advaita Prabhu became overwhelmed with ecstasy, and pretending to be ignorant, he again asked Ramai about the cause of his visit. Ramai then explained in detail the instructions of Mahaprabhu and requested him to come with ingredients for worship. On hearing the words of Ramai, Advaita Prabhu became unconscious with ecstasy. After a while, he regained his external consciousness and roared loudly in jubilation. On hearing the news that Mahaprabhu has revealed himself, Sita Devi, the wife of Advaita, began to shed tears of love along with their son Achyutananda and their servants. Once again, Advaita asked Ramai about the instruction of Mahaprabhu and then informed Ramai about his heartfelt desire. Thereafter, he collected all the necessary ingredients for worship and departed with his wife to see Mahaprabhu. In order to test Mahaprabhu, he forbade Ramai from informing Mahaprabhu about his arrival and instructed Ramai to inform the Lord, "He has not come." And then Advaita secretly hid in the house of Nandana Ācārya. Lord Vishwambar, who is the super soul of everyone, understood the mind of Advaita Ācārya. And while sitting on the throne of Lord Vishnu, he disclosed to everyone the internal mood of Advaita. Lord Nityananda held an umbrella over the Lord's head. Devotees such as Gadadhar began to offer various services to the Lord, and some of them offered him prayers. In the meantime, Ramai came and offered obeisances to Mahaprabhu and informed him about the resolution of Advaita. Then the Lord again ordered Ramai to bring Advaita to him. Being ordered by Mahaprabhu, Ramai again went to the house of Nandana Ācārya to bring Advaita Prabhu and informed Advaita Prabhu about everything that the Lord had said. Advaita Prabhu then came with his wife before Mahaprabhu, and while offering obeisances and prayers in ecstasy, he beheld the extraordinarily wonderful opulences of the Lord. When Advaita Ācārya became speechless and stunned by seeing the influence of Mahaprabhu, The most merciful Vishvambar elaborately described the truth about himself to Advaita. Thereafter, Advaita began to chant the glories of Mahaprabhu's unparalleled glories and compassion. Being ordered by the Lord, and this is where we finished at this point. We're going to start from here. The most merciful Vishvambar. This is what we're reading about today. Thereafter, Advaita began to chant the glories of Mahaprabhu's unparalleled glories and compassion. Being ordered by the Lord, he washed Mahaprabhu's lotus feet and worshipped him with 5 ingredients. Then Advaita offered his respectful obeisances to Śrī Gaurasundar, who is non-different from the son of Nanda Maharaj, by chanting verses such as Namo Brahmana Devaya. Finally, while glorifying Mahaprabhu, Advaita Ācārya concluded that he is non-different from Krishna. He is the reservoir of all incarnations, and he has appeared to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. Then Mahaprabhu instructed Advaita to dance in Kirtan, and Advaita Prabhu became overwhelmed in dancing as all the devotees started an ecstatic Kirtan. Then Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu exhibited their external, extraordinary, transcendental love for the service of Śrī Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by enacting their pastimes of quarreling with each other. On seeing the dancing of Advaita Prabhu, all the Vaishnavas became jubilant. When Advaita Prabhu stopped dancing on the order of Mahaprabhu, the Lord took his garland and put it on Śrī Advaita Prabhu and ordered him to ask for a benediction. Advaita Prabhu expressed appreciation for his good fortune of being able to see Mahaprabhu, and then he requested Mahaprabhu to award Krishna Prem, which is rare for even great personalities like Brahma, to award that Krishna Prem to everyone, including women, Shudras, and fools, with the exception of the Vaishnav Aparadis, who are intoxicated by the pride of education, wealth, and high birth. Śrī Gaurasundar agreed to the request of Advaita. This prayer of Advaita Ācārya later bore abundant fruits. Thereafter, Advaita Ācārya continued to live in Navadvip with his wife. Let's just sing this pranam mantra because it's so beautiful. Jayati Jayati Deva Krishna Chaitanya Chandra Jayati Jayati Kirtis Tasya Nitya Pavitra Jayati Jayati Bhrityas Tasya Vishveshamurter Jayati Jayati Bhrityas Tasya Sarva Priyanam. Oh, and Merry Christmas, Ganga Mataji. We're going to read something about, well, Kishore said that there's something on purebhakti.com for my Gurudev, so we can read that. But if anybody has anything else about Jesus Christ or anything that would be nice to read today, please share it and I'll read it at the end. Okay, so we are going to verse 90, 93, I think, 94. Okay, let's go back a little bit and just read about when Advaita Ācārya arrived. After hiding and Mahaprabhu, he went to test Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu, yeah, see, look. Okay, let's read from this point on. Okay, so Advaita Ācārya said, tell Mahaprabhu, he said to Ramai Pandit, he said, tell Mahaprabhu, Advaita Ācārya has not come. Then I will see what my Lord has to say. I will secretly stay in the house of Nandanacharya, but you tell him he has not come. Lord Vishvambar, who resides in the heart of everyone, understood Advaita's resolution. Knowing about the arrival of Advaita Ācārya, the Lord went to the house of Srivas Pandit. Almost all of Lord Chaitanya's devotees gathered there by the will of the Lord. Everyone could understand that the Lord was absorbed in ecstasy. They all became anxious and stood there silently. Then Lord Tridasharai roared loudly and sat on the throne of Lord Vishnu. The Lord repeatedly declared, Nada Aise, Nada Aise, Nada Aise. He He said, Nada is coming. Nada is coming. Nada wants to see my opulences. Nityananda knows the Lord's desires. With this understanding, he held an umbrella over the Lord's head. That's one of the ways that Balaram serves Mahāprabhu, right? As the umbrella. And also in the form of Advaita Shesh, he covers Mahāprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, in his original position, his natural position, he's held an umbrella over the Lord's head. Understanding the situation, Gadadhar offered camphor and betel nuts. Everyone present serves the Lord according to their own favorable mood. Some offered prayers and some offered various services. At that time, Ramai arrived there. Before Ramai could speak anything, the Lord said to him, Nada has sent you to test me. The Lord rolled his head and said, Nada is coming. He knows me well, yet he always tests me. I know Nada is hiding at the house of Nandanacharya, and he has sent you to test me. Quickly go and bring him here. I am gladly saying this with my own mouth. Ramai Pandit again happily went and explained to Advaita everything that the Lord had said. On hearing him, Advaita Ācārya floated in waves of ecstasy. Having fulfilled his purpose, he immediately went to the Lord. Advaita Ācārya and his wife offered obeisances from a distance and recited prayers as they approached the Lord. They came before the Lord, surrendered at his lotus feet, which award fearlessness, and saw his matchless beauty, which enchants the entire universe. The Lord's enchanting beauty defeated that of millions of cupids, and his effulgent body resembled molten gold. His pleasing face defeated the beauty of millions of moons. He always bestowed mercy on Advaita Ācārya. His 2 arms, decorated with various ornaments and jewels, resembled 2 golden pillars. His broad chest was decorated with the mark of Srivatsa and the Kaustuba gem. He wore earrings shaped like sharks and the Vaijayanti garland. His unlimited effulgence defeated that of millions of suns. Rama, the goddess of fortune, sat at his lotus feet, and Ananta held an umbrella over his head. No one could discern whether the shining objects at the Lord's feet were toenails or jewels. Standing in a threefold bending pose, he smiled as he played a flute. Advaita saw the Lord, his associates, and his ornaments as full of effulgence. He saw personalities with 4 heads, 5 heads, and 6 heads offering obeisances to the Lord. And he saw personalities like Narad and Shukadev offering prayers with awe and reverence. 4 heads refers to Brahma, 5-headed Shiva, the 6-headed Kartikeya, and then Narad and Shukadev. So he saw them all offering prayers with awe and reverence. He saw a beautiful woman resembling Ganga sitting on a shark and offering obeisances to the Lord. Then he saw the 1,000-headed Ananta Shesh offering prayers to the Lord as the effulgent demigods watched on all sides. Advaita Ācārya turned his head and saw thousands of demigods chanting the name of Krishna at the feet of the Lord. Those demigods that are meditated on at the time of worship were all seen surrounding the lotus feet of the Lord. On seeing those opulences, Advaita was struck with wonder, and he got up from his prostrated position. He saw great serpents with hundreds of hoods raise their arms while offering prayers to the Lord. He saw the entire sky filled with divine chariots. The airways were congested by elephants, swans, and horses. Millions of serpents' wives were offering prayers to the Lord while chanting the name of Krishna with tears in their eyes. There was no vacant place left on the earth or in the sky. He saw many great rishis offering obeisances in one corner. Upon seeing those opulences, both husband and wife were so awestruck that they became speechless. The most merciful Lord Vishwambar looked at Advaita and spoke as follows. Okay, so that's where we read up to yesterday. Hari bol, Sudevi Didi. তোমার সংকল্প লাগি অবতীর্ণ আমি বিস্তর আমার আরাধনা বিস্তর আমার আরাধনা কইলে তুমি I have descended to fulfill your vow, for you have profusely worshipped me. Shrutia achino khir sagara bhitare Nidra bhanga hoilo mora tomara hunkare. I was sleeping in the ocean of milk, but your loud cries broke my sleep. Dekhiya jiver dukkha na pari sahite, amare anile saba jiva udharite. You could not tolerate the suffering of the living entities, so you have brought me here to deliver them. Jatika dekhile chaturdike morgan, sabar hoilo janma tomar karan. All my associates that you saw surrounding me have already taken birth because of you. Jai Vaishnava dekhite pramadi bhave mane, toma hoite taha dekhi beka sarva jane. By your mercy, Vaishnavas, that even personalities like Brahma desire to see, will now be seen by everyone. Eteka prabhur vakya advaita shuniya, urdhva bahu kori kande sastrika hoya. On hearing the Lord's words, Advaita and his wife raised their arms and began to cry. Aji sheshapala mor dina parakash, Aji sheshapala hoilo jatta abhilash. Today my life has become successful. Today all my desires have been fulfilled. Aji mora janma karma shakala sapal, Shakshate dekhinu tor charana yugal. Today, my life and activities have become successful, for I have seen your lotus feet. Ghoshamatra chari vede jare nahi dekhe, heno tumi mor lagi hoila parateke. The four Vedas only describe your glories. They only describe your glories, but cannot directly see you. Yet, you have appeared because of me. Gaudiya Bhashya. Today, I am seeing he whom the four Vedas cannot see, but simply describe through words. Mor kichu shakti nahi tomara karuna, toma boy jiva udaribo kona jana. I have no power outside your causeless mercy. Who can deliver the living entities other than you? Bolite bolite preme bhasen acharya, Prabhu bole amar pujar koro karja. While speaking in this way, Advaita Ācārya floated in the ecstasy of love of God. The Lord then said, "Now arrange for my worship." Paya Prabhur agya parama harishe, Chaitanya charana puje ashesha visheshe. On receiving the Lord's order, he happily worshipped the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya with full attention. Pratame charana dhui subasita jale, sheshe gande paripurna para parme dhale. He first washed the lotus feet of the Lord with fragrant water, and then smeared them with sandalwood paste. Chandane dubai divya tulasi manjari, Argher sahita dila charana upari. He dipped tulsi manjaris in the sandalwood paste and placed them and the ingredients of arghya on the Lord's lotus feet. Gandha pushpa dhupa dipa pancha upachare. Puja kore prem jale bahe ashru dhare. He worshipped the Lord with 5 ingredients like sandalwood paste, flowers, incense, and ghee. As he worshipped the Lord, tears of love flowed from his eyes. Gaudiya Bhashya. The 5 ingredients for worship are sandalwood paste, flowers, incense, ghee, and foodstuffs. See Hari Bhakti Vilas 1148. Panchashika jwali puna korena vandana. Sheshe jai jai dhvani koro ye ghoshana. He offered a lamp with 5 ghee wicks and again offered prayers. Finally, he loudly chanted, Jai, Jai. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Panchashika refers to a lamp with 5 ghee wicks. Koriya charana puja shodashopachare. Arbar dila malya vastra alankare. After worshipping the Lord's feet with 16 ingredients, he offered a flower garland, cloth, and ornaments. Gaudiya Bhashya. According to the Hari Bhakti Vilas 1146 and 49, Shodashopachare, or the 16 ingredients of worship, are as follows. So asan, seat. Swagat, welcome. Arghya, that's ingredients offered to the hand. Padya, water for washing the feet. Achmaniya, water for washing the mouth. Madhuparka, ingredients offered before bath. Achman, water for washing the hands and mouth. Snan, bath. Vasana, clothes. Abharan, ornaments. Sugandha, that's sandalwood paste. Pushpa, flowers. Dhupa, incense. Deepa, lamp. Naivedya, foodstuffs. And Vandana, prayers. According to others, the 16 ingredients are asan, a seat. Avahan, greeting. Padya, water for washing the feet. Arghya, achmaniya. Snan, bath. Vasana, cloth. Bhushana, ornaments. Gandha, sandalwood paste. Pushpa, flowers. Dhupa, incense. Deepa, lamp. Naivedya, foodstuffs. Pushpanjali, offering of flowers. And pradakshina, circumambulation. Namaskar, obeisances. And visarjan, immersion. Shastra drishte puja kori patala vidhane. E shloka pori kore danda paraname. Advaita Ācārya worships the Lord according to the Pancharatrika regulations of the scriptures. He offered his obeisances while reciting the following verse. Namo Brahmana Devaya, right? Gaudiya Bhashya. Hari Bol Krishna Mai Didi. The phrase Patal Vidhan refers to the Pancharatriki regulations that are described in various patals, or chapters of the scriptures. Śrī Advaita Ācārya Prabhu worshipped Mahāprabhu according to the Pancharatrika rules and regulations set forth in the scriptures. By using the phrases Shastra Drishte and Patal Vidhane, the author of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata has indicated to those who are inclined to the service of the Lord that Advaita Ācārya Prabhu worshipped Gaur with the Śrī Gaur mantra. We find this method of worship in Sri Dhyanachandra's Padati, as well as many other Pancharatra literatures like the Urdhvamnaya Tantra. In these literatures, the process for worshipping Gaur with Gaur mantra is described. Advaita Ācārya Prabhu worshipped Mahāprabhu according to the Pancharatrika rules and regulations based on the scriptures. And in order to reveal that Lord Gaurasundar is none different from Vishnu, he offered prayers to Mahāprabhu by reciting the verse beginning Namo Brahmana Devaya. By quoting the verse beginning with Namo, by quoting this verse, Namo Brahmana Devaya, the author of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata did not contradict the Gaur Mantra. Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who is the worshipable deity for all Brahminical men, who is the well-wisher of the cows and brahmanas, and who is always benefiting the whole world. I offer my repeated obeisances to the personality of Godhead known as Krishna and Govinda. Gaudiya Bhashya, see Madhya-khaṇḍa, chapter 2, verse 137. E shloka pori age namaskar kori, sheshe stuti kore nana shastra anusari. First, he offered obeisances by reciting this verse, and then he offered prayers in accordance with various scriptures. Jai Jai Sarva Prana Nata Vishwambhar, Jai Jai Gaura Chandra Karuna Sagar. All glories to Vishwambar, the life and soul of all living entities. All glories to Gaura Chandra, the ocean of mercy. Jai Jai Bhakata Vachana Satyakari, Jai Mahāprabhu Jai Jai Mahāprabhu Mahāavatari. All glories to the Lord who makes the words of his devotees come true. All glories to Mahāprabhu, the supreme fountainhead of all incarnations. Jai Jai Sindhu Sutta Rupa Manoram, Jai Jai Śrī Vatsa Kaustuba Vibhushan. All glories to the Lord, who is enchanted by the beauty of Goddess Lakshmi, the daughter of the ocean. All glories to the Lord, who is decorated with the mark of Śrīvatsa and the Kaustuba gem. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Sindhu Sutta Rupa Manoram refers to the Lord whose mental happiness is increased by seeing the beauty of Śrī Lakshmi Devi, the daughter of the ocean. During the churning of the ocean, Lakshmi Devi appeared from the ocean. Therefore, her name is also Sindhu Sutta. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 888, it is stated, Tatash Chavirbhut Shakshat Shri Rama Bhagavat Para Ranjayanti Disha Kantya Vidyut Sodamani Yatha. Then there appeared the goddess of fortune Rama, who is absolutely dedicated to being enjoyed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She appeared like electricity, surpassing the lightning that might illuminate a marble mountain. Advaita Ācārya continues, Jai Jai Hare Krishna Mantrer Prakash, Jai Jai Nija Bhakti Grahana Vilas. All glories to him who induces the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. All glories to him who enjoys the pastimes of accepting his own devotional service. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 1 second. Okay. Let Shri Gaurasundar, who introduces the chanting of this Maha Mantra, be repeatedly glorified. By this, it is indicated that those who place obstacles in the path of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra introduced by Shri Gaurasundar are opposed to Gauranga. Shri Gaurasundar is directly Lord Krishna. Although he is Shri Krishna, he enacts the pastimes of personally accepting and executing the process of devotional service to teach living entities the process of worshiping him. Or he enacts his pastimes in the form of a devotee to induce living entities to accept his devotional service. Jai Jai Mahāprabhu Ananta Shayan, Jai 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 Sarva Jiver Sharan. All glories to Mahāprabhu, who lies on the bed of Ananta. All glories to the shelter of all living entities. Tumi Vishnu, Tumi Krishna, Tumi Narayan, Tumi Matsya, Tumi Kurma, Tumi Sanatan, Tumi Shevaraha Prabhu, Tumi Shevaman, Tumi Tar Juge Juge Veder Palan. You are Vishnu, you are Krishna, and you are Narayan. You are Matsya, you are Kurma, and you are eternal. O Lord, you are Varaha, and you are Vaman. You protect the Vedas in every millennium. Gaudiya Bhashya. By the statements, you are Matsya, you are Kurma, you are Varaha, and you are Vaman, Śrī Advaita Prabhu has revealed that Mahaprabhu is the origin of all incarnations headed by the Shranksha avatars, or personal expansions, and that he is the source of all portions and portions of the plenary portions. See Advaita Prabhu's statement in verse 115 of this chapter, which we just read. Tumi rakha kul hanta janaki jivan, Tumi guhavara data ahalya mochan. You are the destroyer of the demoniac dynasties. You are the life of Sita, the bestower of boons to Guha, and the deliverer of Ahalya. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Raksha Kulahanta is explained as follows. In his incarnation as Ram, Lord Gaurasundar enacted the pastime of killing the dynasty of the Rakshasas led by Ravan. The phrase Guhavara indicates that he awarded a benediction to Guhak, who was born in a family of Chandals. The phrase Ahalya Mochan indicates that he who liberated Ahalya. Tumi she pralada lagi koile avatar, Hiranya vadiya Narasingha namajar. As Nrsingadev, you incarnated to deliver Prahlad and kill Hiranyakashipu. Sarvadeva Churamani Tumi Dvijaraj, Tumi she bhojana koro Nilachala Maj. You are the crest jewel of all demigods and the best of the Brahmanas. You accept various foodstuffs at Nilachal. Gaudiya Bhashya. You are present in the form of a deity at Nilachal, Śrī Purushottam Kshetra, where you accept offerings given by your devotees. Śrī Durga Devi is also known as Nila. As the superintendent of this material world, Nila induces her worshipable Lord to appear in this world in the form of a deity. In his deity form, the Lord eats foodstuffs offered by his devotees. Although he is the Lord of the universe, he is fully transcendental and eternally resides in Vaikuntha. To accept service from the inhabitants of this world, he appears in this material world in the form of the deity. Tomare shechari vede bole anveshiya, tumi eta asirohi yacho lukaiya. The four Vedas wander from place to place in search of you. You have hidden from them by coming here. Lukaite boro prabhu tumi mahavir, bhakta jane toma dhori koro ye bahir. You are most expert in concealing yourself, but your devotees recognize and expose you. Sankirtana arambe tomar avatar, ananta brahmande toma boy nahi ar. You have incarnated to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. There is nothing in the unlimited universes other than you. Ei tora dui khani charana kamal, iharshe rase gori shankara vival. Gauri and Shankar are overwhelmed by the nectar of your lotus feet. Eshe charana rama seve ekamane, ihar she jashagai sahasra vadane. Rama, the goddess of fortune, engages in the service of these lotus feet with full attention. The thousand-headed Anantashesh sings the glories of these lotus feet. Eshe charana brahma pujaye sadai, shruti smriti purane ihar jashagai. Lord Brahma always worships these lotus feet, and the Shrutis, Smritis, and Puranas glorify these lotus feet. Satyaloka akramila eshe charane, boli shira dhanya hoilo ihar arpane. These lotus feet covered the entire Satyaloka, and the head of Bali Maharaj became glorified by the touch of these lotus feet. Gaudiya Bhashya. The feet of Sri Vamandev covered the entire Satyaloka. See Srimad Bhagavatam 8:20, verses 33 to 34. Nothing can be established as truth other than the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. All other imaginary truths are covered with illusion. The Supreme Lord is the only actual truth. This is confirmed in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and in other verses such as Satyam Vratam Satyaparam Trisatyam. And that's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:26. Satyam Vratam Satyam Param Trisatyam. Eshe charana hoite Ganga avatar, Shankar dhorila shire Mahavega. The forceful flow of the Ganga that is sustained by Lord Shiva emanates from these lotus feet. Koti brihaspati jini advaiter buddhi, bhalo mate jane she chaitanyera shuddhi. The intelligence of Advaita surpasses that of millions of Brihaspatis. He knows perfectly well the glorious position of Lord Chaitanya. Gaudiya Bhashya. The supremacy of Śrī Caitanya-dev is best known to Śrī Advaita Prabhu. Advaita's pure intelligence is greater than the intelligence of millions of Brihaspatis. Varnite charana bhashe nayaner jale, porila dighala hoy charaner tale. While glorifying the Lord's lotus feet, Advaita floated in tears of ecstasy and then fell flat at the lotus feet of the Lord. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word dighal, derived from the word dirghal, means long or lengthy. He fell flat and straight. Sarva bhuta antaryami Shri Gauranga Rai, Charana tuliya dila Advaita mathai. Shri Gauranga Rai, the supersoul of all living entities, placed his lotus feet on the head of Advaita. Charana arpana shire korila jokhon, jai jai mahadwani hoilo tokhon. As soon as the Lord placed his lotus feet on the head of Advaita, there arose a tumultuous vibration of Jai, Jai. Apurva dekhiya shabe hoila vival, Hari Hari boli shabe kore kolahol. On seeing that wonderful sight, everyone was overwhelmed and began chanting, Hari Hari. Gada gari jai keho, mala sata mare, karo gala dhori keho kande uchai sware. Some of them rolled on the ground, and some of them clapped their hands. Others cried loudly while embracing each other. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word malasata refers to the dress of a wrestler or the beginning of a wrestling match. Sastrike advaita hoila purna manorat, paya charana shire purva abhimata. The heart's desire of Advaita and his wife was fulfilled, for they attained the lotus feet of the Lord as they had previously desired. Advaitere agya koila Prabhu Vishwambar. Are nara amar kirtane nritya koro. Lord Vishwambar instructed Advaita, "O Nara, dance in my kirtan." Paya Prabhur agya Advaita Goshai. Nana bhakti joge nritya kore shetai. Being instructed by the Lord, Advaita Goshai began to dance in various devotional moods. Uthilo kirtana dvani ati manohar. Nachen Advaita Gora Chandrer Gochar. As the most enchanting sound of kirtan arose, Advaita Prabhu danced before Lord Gaurachandra. Kone ba vishala nache, kone ba madhur, kone ba dashanetrina dharaye prachur. One moment he danced madly, and another moment he danced sweetly. One moment he held many straws between his teeth. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word vishal means without restraint or extended. Kone ghure ute kone pori gadi jai. Kone ghana shwasa chari kone murcha pai. One moment he whirled around. One moment he stood up. And another moment he rolled on the ground. One moment he sighed deeply. And another moment he fell unconscious. Jai kirtana jokhona shunaye shei hoy. Ekabhave stir nahe anande nachai. According to the mood of the kirtan, he happily danced in various ways. Avasheshe ashishabe rahe dasya bhave, bhujana na jai she achintya prabhave. In the end, he remained in the mood of a servant. No one could understand his inconceivable glories. Daya daya jai Thakurer pashe, Nityananda dekhiya Bhrukuti kori hase. When he rushed up to the Lord and saw Nityananda, he smiled while raising his eyebrows. Hashi bole bhalo hoilo, aila nitai, eto din tomar nagali nahi pai. He smiled and said, "Oh Nitai, it is good that you have come. For so long I could not see you. Jaibe kotai aji rakimo bandhiya. Kone bole Prabhu, kone bole matalia. Today I will bind you. Then where will you go?" Sometimes Advaita addressed Nityananda as Prabhu, and sometimes he called him a drunkard. Kone bole Prabhu, kone bole matalia. Sometimes he was a Prabhu and sometimes a drunkard. He had that ras with Nityananda Prabhu. The word matalia means madman or drunkard. Advaita charitre hase Nityananda Rai. Ekamurti dui bhaga Krishner lilai. Nityananda Rai smiled at the behavior of Advaita. They are actually one, but they became two for the sake of Krishna's pastimes. Purve boliyachi Nityananda nana rupe, Chaitanyer seva kore ashisha kotuke. I have already described how Nityananda joyfully serves Lord Chaitanya in various forms. Kona rupe kohe, kona rupe kore dhyan, kona rupe chhatra shaja, kona rupe gan. In some forms, he advises the Lord. In some forms, he meditates on the Lord. In some forms, he becomes the Lord's umbrella or bed. And in some forms, he sings the glories of the Lord. Nityananda Advaite Abheda Kori Jano, E Avatare Jane Jata Bhagyavan. All the most fortunate souls know very well that there is no difference between Nityananda and Advaita. Jai Kichu Je kichu koloho lila de koho dohar, Sheshava achintyaranga ishvara vyabhar. All their pastimes of quarreling together that you see are inconceivable sport. They are the inconceivable sporting of the Lord. The Lord's achintya ranga. Gaudiya Bhashya. Although some people discriminate between Śrī Nityananda and Śrī Advaita after hearing their exchanges, it is not their business to imagine in this way regarding the nature of it is not their business to imagine in this way regarding the nature of inconceivable subject matters. The wonderful variegated pastimes of the Lord are incomprehensible to all. They are situated in the kingdom beyond material thought. Eduer priti jeno ananta shankar, tui Krishna Chaitanya priya kalevar. The exchange of love between these two resembles the exchange of love between Ananta and Shankar, for they are both dear forms of Śrī Krishna Chaitanya. Gaudiya Bhashya. Anantadev is very dear to the Lord, and the Rudradev is engaged in the service of the Lord, so their love for the Lord is extraordinary. Similarly, Śrī Nityananda's and Śrī Advaita Prabhu's love for their love, Nityananda's and Advaita's love for the service of Śrī Krishna Chaitanya Dev is also extraordinary. They have both made their appearance for the pleasure of Śrī Chaitanya. Je na bhuji dohar koloho pakha dhore, eko bandhe ar ninde she jana more. If one who does not understand their quarrels takes the side of one and respects him while criticizing the other, he is she jana more. He is vanquished. He dies uselessly. Gaudiya Bhashya. Those who consider the verbal exchanges between Śrī Nityananda and Śrī Advaita as quarrels, without understanding their internal mood, and those who take the side of one and find fault in the other, thus respecting one and daring to blaspheme the other, such persons are totally ruined. Advaitera nrita dekhi Vaishnava shakal, Ananda sagare magna hoila vival. As all the Vaishnavas watched Advaita's dancing, they were overwhelmed and merged in an ocean of bliss. Hoilo Prabhur agya rohi bharatare, tattakhane rohilen agya kori shire. When the Lord ordered Advaita to stop dancing, he immediately stopped, respecting the Lord's order. Apana galar mala advaitere diya, varamago bolen hasiya. The Lord gave his own garlands to Advaita and then smiled and said, Varamago, ask for a benediction, ask for a benediction. Shuniya Advaita kichu na kore uttar, mago puna bole Vishwambar. Advaita did not reply, so Vishwambar repeatedly said, ask, mago, varamago. Advaita boloye ar ki magi mubar, je vara chahilo, taha pailo shakal. Advaita then said, ar ki magi mubar, what more can I ask? Je vara chahilo, that benediction which I desired, taha pailo shakal, I have received it all. I have already received whatever I desired. Tomare shakshat kori apane nachilo, chiter abhishta jata shakala pailo. I have danced before you. Now all my desires have been fulfilled. Ki chahimu Prabhu, কিবা শেষে আছে আর সাক্ষাতে দেখিলো প্রভু তোর avatar. O Lord, what can I ask for? What more is there? I have directly seen your incarnation. Ki chahimu kiba nahi jano ho apane, kiba nahi dekho tumi devya darashane. What should I ask for? You know well what I lack. What is there that you do not see with your transcendental vision? মাথা ডুলাইয়া বলে প্রভু বিশ্বম্বর তোমারা নিমিত্তে আমি হইল গোচার. Lord Vishwambar rolled his head and said, I have manifested because of you. ঘরে ঘরে করিমু কীর্তন পরচার মোর যশে নাচে যেন সকল সংসার. I will preach the chanting of the holy names from house to house, so that the entire universe will dance as they sing my glories. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sri Gaurasundar said, I will preach the topics of Krishna Kirtan in each and every house, so that everyone in the world will be grateful to me and dance while singing my glories. Brahma Bhava Naradadi Jare Tapa Kore Heno Bhakti Bilaimu Bolilu Tomare. I will distribute that devotional service for which personalities headed by Brahma, Shiva, and Narad undergo austerities. This I assure you. Gaudiya Bhashya. I will benefit everyone, including the most sinful, by awarding them the devotional service, the love of God, for which the four-headed Brahma, Shiva, and Narad perform austerities. This is my assurance. Advaita boloye jadi bhakti bilaibo bastri shudra adi jata murkhere she diba. Advaita replied, if you will distribute devotional service, then also give it to the less intelligent persons, including the women and Shudras. Gaudiya Bhashya. Advaita said, if you will distribute the Lord's devotional service, which is rare for even great personalities like Brahma, to everyone in this world, then you'll have to distribute that loving devotional service to those who are considered unqualified. Till now, people in general consider that women, Shudras, and fools are unqualified for the service of the Lord. May you change that concept by giving Lord Hari's devotional service to those unqualified people. Vidyadhan kula adi tapasyara made tor bhakti je jana badhe she papishta sab dekhi maruka pudiya achandal nachuka tor nama guna gaya. Advaiter বাক্য শুনে করিলা হুঙ্কার প্রভু বলে সত্য যে তোমার অঙ্গীকার. Let all the sinful people who are proud of their education, wealth, high birth, and austerities, and those who place obstacles in the path of your devotees in your devotional service, let them all burn to death, and let all others, including the dog-eaters, dance while singing your holy names and qualities. Hearing Advaita's statement, the Lord roared loudly and said, whatever you say will be fulfilled. Gaudiya Bhashya. Pride born of education, pride born of wealth, pride born of high birth, and pride born of austerities all originate from the false ego, which is the source of all inauspiciousness. Only those unfortunate, envious people who are ignorant of the glories of the devotees and the characteristics of devotional service are puffed up with the pride of their respective education, wealth, high birth, and austerities. They put obstacles on the path of the devotees and their devotional service, so their hearts are naturally inclined towards sinful activities. Let sinful people burn to death with envy on seeing the devotees from all classes of this world and their extraordinary devotional service. And let me have the pleasure of seeing the envious, proud person's hearts burn on seeing the enthusiastic dancing of the dog-eaters and other condemned and neglected persons who joyfully identify themselves as the followers of the path of Prem Bhakti. Lord Gaurasundar approved these statements of Advaita. Esha Bhakyar Shakhi Shakala Sangsar Murkanicha Pratikripa Hoilo Tahar. The entire world is witness to these words, for the Lord's mercy was distributed to the foolish and fallen. Gaudiya Bhashya. The condemned low-class people of this world will testify to the authenticity of the conversation between Śrī Mahaprabhu and Śrī Advaita Prabhu. Even today, foolish people who are ignorant according to mundane considerations are capable of defeating learned scholars in every field of knowledge by the influence of their devotional service to the Lord. The degree of authority that they achieve in all fields of knowledge by the mercy of Śrī Caitanya, in spite of being born in sinful low-class families, is the prime evidence of the Lord's mercy. Chandaladi nachaye prabhur guna gane, bhatta mishra chakravarti shabe ninda jane. Even the dog eaters are dancing and singing. Even the dog eaters are dancing and singing the glories of the Lord, while the bhattas, mishras, and chakravartis are engaged in criticism. Gaudiya Bhashya. Foolish low-class persons headed by the Chandals dance while singing the glories of Śrī Caitanya-dev. But learned high-class persons like the bhattas, the mishras, and chakravartis have taken blasphemy of Lord Chaitanya as their only business. In the Padma Puran, Uttarakhanda, chapter 50, it is stated, Veda dhyaya rata nityam vayagyaka agnihotra rata nityam Vishnu dharma parangmukha nindanti Vishnu bhaktangscha Veda bahya sureshwari. O goddess, those who are always engaged in studying the Vedas and performing fire sacrifices, but are averse to the eternal activities of devotional service, as well as those who are engaged in activities that are not sanctioned by the Vedas, always blasting Lord Vishnu and his devotees. Granta pori munda mudi karo buddhi nash Nityananda ninda kore jai bekanash. Someone who studies the scriptures and shaves his head may nevertheless lose his intelligence, for one who blasphemes Nityananda is certainly doomed. Gaudiya Bhashya. If persons who are averse to the service of the Lord read the scriptures and speak nonsense while remaining proud of their knowledge, they certainly lose their intelligence through their cultivation of knowledge. Without understanding the extraordinary characteristics of Nityananda, they welcome their own destruction. It is stated in the Narad Pancharatra as follows, Vedai Puranai Siddhantai Bhinnar Vibhranta Chetasa Nishchayam Nadigachanti Kintatvam Kim Param Padam. Persons bewildered by the conclusions of the Vedas, Puranas, and other scriptures cannot perfectly know the truth regarding the Supreme Lord and his supreme abode Vaikuntha. Advaiter bole prema pailo jagate e shakala katha kahi Madhya-khaṇḍa hoite. The entire world received the love of God by the mercy of Advaita Prabhu. All these pastimes are described in the Madhya-khaṇḍa. Chaitanya Advaita Jata hoilo prem katha Shakala jane Saraswati Jagan Mata. Only Saraswati, the mother of the universe, knows everything about the loving conversations between Lord Chaitanya and Advaita Prabhu. Gaudiya Bhashya. Shuddha Saraswati, the goddess of all sound vibration, is the mother of all emotions of this world. She knows all the conversations between Śrī Caitanya and Śrī Nityananda. She Bhagavati Sarva Janer Jivai Ananta Hoya Chaitanyer Jashagai. That goddess manifests on everyone's tongue and unlimitedly sings the glories of Lord Chaitanya. Gaudiya Bhashya. That goddess who controls the universe and who is also known as Vani, the personification of sound, sings the glories of Śrī Caitanya-dev while dwelling on the tongues of those who are inclined toward the service of the Lord. That's beautiful, huh? Sarva Vaishnavir paye mor namaskar. Ithe aparada kichu nahuka yamar. I offer my respectful obeisances at the feet of all the Vaishnavas, so that they may not consider my offenses. Gaudiya Bhashya. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahashai is falling at the feet of all Vaishnavas and begging to be relieved of offenses to them. Those whose devotional service to Vishnu has actually been awakened are constantly engaged in the service of the Lord and his devotees. No one should gather offenses by putting obstacles on the path of their execution of devotional service. This has been clearly reflected in the ideal life of the author. But if atheistic persons who are devoid of and averse to the devotional service of Lord Vishnu, if they try to unlawfully and proudly establish themselves as Vaishnavas or spiritual masters, and ambitiously try to obtain respect from the devotees headed by Thakur Vrindavan Das, then they become envious of the devotees and go to hell forever. Shastri ke ananda hoila Ācārya Goshai Abhimata pai rohilena shaitai. Advaita Goshai and his wife became jubilant, and on the order of the Lord, they remains there. They never left, they didn't go back to Shantipur, they remains there. Gaudiya Bhashya. After understanding the thoughts and devotional conclusions of Śrī Caitanya-dev, Śrī Advaita Prabhu and his good wife became happy. And after receiving the approval of Śrī Caitanya-dev, they resided there for some time. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jan Vrindavana Dasa Tochu Padaju Gegan. Accepting Śrī Caitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus ends our English translation of the Gaudiya Bhashya commentary on Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata Madhya-khaṇḍa chapter 6, entitled The Lord's Meeting with Advaita, Advaita Ācārya. Jai Shri Advaita Ācārya ki Jai, Shri Sita Thakurani ki Jai, Shri Achyutananda Prabhu ki Jai, Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai, Shriman Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Gaura Advaita ki Jai. And the relationship of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Ācārya ki Jai. Shnitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All right, so we concluded chapter 6. Let's see what chapter comes tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be reading the meeting of Gadadhar and Pundarik. Neat. Tomorrow's the meeting of Gadadhar and Pundarik. All right, so maybe because this is so beautiful, we can maybe sing a song about Advaita Ācārya. Yesterday we sang the Advaitashtakam, and today we could sing a Bengali song for Advaita Ācārya. Here. This is the file that I'm using to work on all the songs right now. What is it? Jaya Jaya Advaita. Okay. All glories to the greatly merciful Advaita Ācārya. It was due to his loud roar that Shri Gaur descended. This is written by Lochan Das Thakur. He is the giver of Prem, the Lord of Sita Devi, and an ocean of compassion. Due to his nectarian love, the hero of Vraj came again. To whomever he wants to mercifully bestow his grace, that person sings the glories of Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu submerged in Prem Ras. He who takes shelter of his lotus feet attains the supreme wealth of Gaur Prem. Lochan Das says, why have I not worshipped such a treasure house of mercy? Instead, I have struck my own head with a thunderbolt. Yeah, I'll make the text big. Hey, why is it not doing anything? Anyways, whatever. I'm just gonna zoom in. We just no. I'm gonna make the text big. Sorry. Okay, let's do it in here then. Okay, there. Oops, I made it too big. Sorry, my computer's frozen. Let's take a second for it to get back. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my computer right now. Okay. Jaya Jaya Advaita Ācārya Dayamoy Jar Hunkare Gaur Avatar Hoy Prema Datta Sita Nata Karuna Sagar Jar Prema Rase Aila Vrajer Nagar Jahare Karuna Kori Kripa Dite Chai প্রেম রসে সে জন চৈতন্য গুণ গায় তাহার তাহার পদেতে যেব লইল শরণ সে জন পাইল গৌর প্রেম মহাদান এমন দয়ার নিধি কেনে না বুঝিল লোচন বলে নিজ মাতে বজর পারিল Jaya Jaya Advaita Ācārya Dayamoy Jan Hunkare Gora Avatar Hoy Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Haribol. Jai Shri Gaur Advaita Ki Jai. Um, before we start Jaidvani, I thought maybe just we can quickly read something about today, the appearance day of Jesus Christ. Kishore said there's something on purebhakti.com, so I'm gonna just check that out right now. I didn't have anything planned, but let's see. What is there on purebhakti.com? Purebhakti.com. Oops. Okay, let's see. A Christmas message and Jesus Christ as Jagat Guru. Neat. Let's check these both out. Oh, wow. This is by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Oh, wow, this is a longer one. Oh, wait. Okay, it's actually just this section right here. I'm going to put this on a Word doc and then we can read it there. Okay. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Jesus Christ is Jagat Guru. So question. Jesus Christ is Jagat Guru, the spiritual master of the whole world. His instructions alone are sufficient for our spiritual welfare. Is it still necessary then to accept a Mohanta Guru, a great spiritual Acharya, one who teaches by his example, who is still living in this world? Answer. We accept both Jagat Guru and Mohanta Guru. If only the Jagat Guruvad, the Jagat Guruism, is accepted if only Jagat Guruvad is accepted, if only Jagat Guruvad is accepted, the result has many undesirable consequences, many anarthas. If someone accepts such a great soul from the past, in this case, Jesus Christ, as Jagat Guru, and wishes to follow in his footsteps in the present, but considers that there is no need for any Mohanta Guru, it is questionable to what extent he will be able to properly follow the views of Jesus. Only the succession of Mohanta Gurus mercifully delivers us to the world's, only the succession of Mohanta Gurus mercifully delivers to us the words of the Supreme Lord, or of the Jagat Guru Acharyas. The stream of water that originated in the Himalayas has traveled between the Ganga's banks all the way here to Navadvip. As a result, even though we are sitting at such a distance from her source, we are able to touch water from the Himalayas. In the same manner, Mohanta Guru brings the current of the river of Shuddha Bhakti as pure and sacred as the waters of the Mandakini, the Ganga. He brings that current, which originates at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, all the way to us, and showers it on our heads. Had the banks of the Ganga, had the banks of the Ganga not existed, then a person as ordinary and weak as me, a person without resources, could never have been able to climb the Himalayas and touch the water there. And without those river banks, the concentrated flow of that pure source from the Himalayas would be scattered, and we would often tend to accept some polluted streams as pure Himalayan water, inviting our own misfortune. If the teachings preached by Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago are not carried forward through Guru Parampara into the present time, if Jesus Christ's message is sought only in books and recorded instructions, then there is a possibility that we will mistakenly accept distortions of the truths preached by him, or even accept views that are opposite to his own. Mahanta Guru is also Jagat Guru. He is a manifestation of the previous Jagat Guru. He receives the teachings of the Jagat Guru through disciplic succession and mercifully delivers them to us. He is not someone who would deceive us by not presenting the real truth or say things just to please us. He does not wish for any worldly thing from us. He is the unbiased deliverer of the truth. Jai. Jesus Christ ki jai. Shri Rupa, our Shri Guru Parampara ki jai. Wow, very neat. Okay, so now that was from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Jesus Christ is Jagat Guru. And now this one, a Christmas message from my Srila Gurudev. Oh, there's a video here also. Oh wow, this is long. Oh my God. Huh. Maybe I should make another video. We could just read this separately. I'm going to do that because time is already up. It's already 8:30. And so I'll make a separate video for this later on. I'll go live in the evening time or something. I'll just read one paragraph though. Let's see. Christmas Day, the birthday of Jesus Christ. In Europe and other countries, hardly anyone knows what Jesus Christ was doing in his youth. at around 15 years of age. Indian history shows that he was in India, where he visited Vrindavan, Ayodhya, Jagannath Puri, and other pilgrimage places. In Vrindavan, he heard the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And when he went to Jagannath Puri, he heard how the local persons pronounce Krishna as Krushna or Krusta. Later, Krusta became Christos. Later, Krusta became Christos or Christos. And then Christus. So the change in name is actually only a difference in language. This looks really interesting. Okay, I'm going to read this later on. Kishore, could you do Jaidvani?
Yeah. Jai Sabrika Shishi Guru Gauranga Ganharika Giridhari Radha Vinor Bihari Radha Naina Radha Raman Bihari Radha Madhava Shishi Radha Kunj Bihari Jew Ki Jai Jai Sri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mahan Jew Ki Jai Jai Natya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramaham Sabri Vrajagsari Varyasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Vigyan Bharit Goswami Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Natya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramaham Sabri Vrajagsari Varyasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Vigyan Narayan Goswami Maharaj Parit Pavan Shila Gurudev Ki Jai Natya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Palap Tirtha Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhaktivinan Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhaktivinan Vikram Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Gurgana Swami Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Vaibhav Guru Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Pramod Guru Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Rakshak Shetar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Asto Drashta Shishaman A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Goswami Maharaj Guru Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityananda Shakti Vishwatar Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Dvaita Madhu Goswami Param Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Param Gurudev Acharya Keshari Ki Jai Jai Natyalela Pravishtam Vishnu Parasto Drashta Shishaman Jagat Guru Shiv Varshabhanavi Dvaita Dashala Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai स्वाप्रकाश शिल प्रभुपाद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद महापरम भगवत परपार परमहंस अष्टोत्तरस्त शिशुमार गौर किशोर दास प्रभु महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद सप्तम गोस्वामी अष्टोत्तरस्त शिशुमार सप्तम गोस्वामी अष्टोत्तरस्त शिशुमार सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय Nityalela Pravishtam Vishnupada Drashta Shishimad Vaishnav Sarvama Shil Jagannath Spavishima Shai Ki Jai Surya Kundavasi Siddha Shalama Surandas Pavishim Maharaj Ki Jai Sri Udavidas Udaran Das Ki Jai Jai Guruvidan Acharya Shishila Baladev Vibhushan Prabhu Ki Jai Mahamahoparidhyaya Krishnamani Shala Vishnath Chakravarti Thakur Par Ki Jai Shala Raskanand Murari Prabhu Ki Jai Shila Ramachandra Kaviraj Ki Jai Sri Lochan Das Thakur Ki Jai Jai Shila Narotam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Traya Ki Jai Shila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Yasavitar Arka Vishla Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai Jai Shri Ashtakaviraj Visrajan Nityananda Durash Gopal Sri Chaushati Mahanda Ki Jai जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट रास रघुनाथ सर्गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर यनमानंद लोकनाथ गर्भ अति गौर परिसार वृंद की जय नमाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री ईश्वरपुरी गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्री माधवेंद्रपुरी गोस्वामी पाद की जय जय श्री अंतरद्वीप मायापुर समन्दिप गौतमदीप मध्यद्वीप कलिद्वीप ऋतुदीप जानदीप मातृद्रुमादीप रुद्रदीप मात्मका श्रीनावदीप धाम की जय श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय श्री गौर चंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री गौर द्वैत प्रभु की जय। श्री श्री गौर गराधर जी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ गोपी कपा गौ गिर कपटान वर्षावना माक श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंगा सखी आमन सखी तुलसी भक्ति देव की जय। वृषभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री ललिता विशाखा चित्रा चंपकला ततंग विद्या इंदुलेखा रंगरेवी सुरेवी अरि सखी वृंद की जय। जय श्री आनंद प्रेम मंजलारि श्री रूप लवंग राघव सगुण रति कस्तूरी कमल नयन मणि अरिमंजारि वृंद की जय। श्री सुबाल मरुमंगल अरिसाक वृंद की जय। श्री धाव भैया की जय। जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भगवती पूर्णमा शिवमाय देवी की जय। जय श्री गोपेश्वर सर शिव महादेव की जय। जय राधा पंडित राम श्री वृंदावन की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमारव जू की जय। जय श्री तत्त गोपीनाथ की जय। श्री चक्र पर्वत की जय। जय श्री अलरनाथ की जय। जय श्री दंड लीला स्थली की जय। जय शिल प्रभुपाद आविर्भाव स्थली की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय। सर्वा विघ्न विनाशन करे भक्त विघ्न विनाश श्री नरसिंह देव की जय। भक्तराज भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्री प्रहलाद लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री हरिधाम चरि संप्रदाय चरि आचार्य की जय। श्रीमद्वार मनुज विष्णु स्वामी नंदित्य चरि आचार्य की जय। आकर मतरा श्री चैतन्य मार्ग की जय। श्री गौरी मार वृंद की जय। ग्रंथरा श्रीमाद भगवताम भगवद गीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भगवत जैव धर्म आदि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन धर्म की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलयुग तर्क ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय। श्री ब्रह्म गायत्री गुरु गायत्री गौर मंत्र गौर गायत्री गोपाल मंत्र पंच गोपाल मंत्र काम गायत्री पंचतत्व मंत्र श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्री आनंदपुरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समगत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय परम ब्रह्मन परमा सत्यम परमेश्वर पति पावन प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम स्वयं भगवान जगन्नाथ मिश्र नंदन गौर सुंदर गराधर प्राणनाथ श्री विशंबर मिश्र निमाय पंडित श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्र महाप्रभु की जय। भक्ति स्वरूप अवतार हर अखंड गुरु आदि गुरु श्री श्रीमाद नित्यानंद स्वरूप अनंत देव लक्ष्मण बलराम महाराज की जय। महाविष्णु अवतार सरशिव अवतार भक्त अवतार कमलक्ष शांतिपुर नायक सीता प्राणनाथ शिशिमान अद्वैताचार्य चंद्र गोस्वामी गौर अन ठाकुर नरदेव प्रभु महाशय की जय। श्री सीता अद्वैत राय की जय। श्री चिदानंद प्रभु की जय। श्री निताय गौरंग की जय। श्री नित्यानंद अद्वैत संबंध की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य भगवान की जय। जय शिल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। जय शिल प्रभुपाद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय। जय शिल प्रभुपाद गौरी वश्य की जय। जय श्री जगत गुरु जीसस क्राइस्ट की जय। जय श्री शक्ति विश्व लॉर्ड जीसस क्राइस्ट की जय। जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रिययै केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रददेवी सतवत्याय नमो नमः। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। बोलो जय जय श्री राधे।
Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat pranams. Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Champak Mataji, Krishna Mai Didi, and Vidyalala Sadidi, Raseshwari Mataji, Ganga Mataji, and Surevi Didi, and anybody else who's watching. Dandavat pranams. And Merry Christmas. So, oh, Champak Mataji, she's writing here. She said she's asking if Kishore can complete the story from yesterday. So yeah, Kishore, would you be able to?
Yeah.
What did we leave off of? Like you had to go, and so you had to go do something, and
Yeah,
what were
basically,
you?
I was talking about Shachinandan Prabhu, how he got the or how he made the decision to get the land for Dandabanga ashram. So basically, what happened in the beginning was that it's also in his chart, in his astrological chart, it was said that he would acquire a great, he had like a great spiritual place, but of course, but he didn't pay very much attention to that. And anyway, so in the future, he was talking with Gorgovinda Maharaj, his Gurudev, Gorgovinda Maharaj, and they were trying to do, he was thinking of like making a college or something, but or a university actually. But then one day Gorgovinda Maharaj told him, Shachinandan, Gopal appeared before me and he told me that you should not do it. And Shachinand Prabhu, he had been working hard in that, and he was so surprised, he was shocked. And he asked Gorgovinda Maharaj, Gurudev, did Gopal tell you this in a dream? And then Gorgovinda Maharaj said, Gopal appeared before me. And he said and that you should not do it. Anyway, and he saw that Shachinand Prabhu was a bit upset, like kind of depressed, not depressed, but like down. And Gorgovinda Maharaj told him, don't worry, Shachinandan. Soon you will get a very like great holy place connected to Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, great incomparable place. And so then later on uh, he was there in Gadagiri, and I think he got a phone call. I think it was actually a phone call that the Pujari there in Gadagiri told him that some of the flower petals from Radharani's garland, they fell on the pictures of Bhakti-San Saraswati Prabhupada and Srila Gorgovinda Maharaj. And Shachinand Prabhu didn't think much about it. He just thought, oh, Radharani must be giving her special mercy to her Sakhis. And then he got a call from another devotee in Mayapur saying that Gorgovinda Maharaj had just entered Nitya Leela. So he saw that it was connected. And so later on he was there, and this was like maybe like late 80s, early 90s, around that time. He was doing something with ISKCON. Of course, he was part of ISKCON, and he was doing something there, like trying to get some land to build an ashram. And and some people were saying that some different gurus or some different Babajis, they were offering this place or one place. And anyway, and he was thinking,
Wait,
well,
and this
yeah,
wait, you said, but wait, this is after Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj now, right? What you're talking about?
this
Okay,
was
so then
after Gorgovinda Maharaj.
Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj, I think, entered Nitya Leela in like 95, I think.
Yeah,
So this would be like
96.
mid 90s, 96. Okay.
90, 96. So yeah,
Okay.
then it was like late, like in the 90s.
Okay.
And so anyway, one day, hey, he got a knock on his door, and out of nowhere, this Babaji shows up at his door, and he saw that there was a Babaji at his door, so he offered pranam. Shachinandru offered pranam to the Babaji, and the Babaji asked, Are you Shachinandan?" He's like, "Yes, I'm Shachinandan." And then, like, "Who are you?" Like, and the Babaji said, "I am the servant of Radha Vinod Bihari." It's like, so he was thinking, okay, this Babaji must be here. He must be requesting something. Maybe he requires some service for his deities. And then the Babaji Maharaj said, "I've not come here to beg anything for Radha Vinod Bihari. They have everything they need. I've come here on the order of your Gurudev, Gurudev and Prabhupada, that you should come and acquire this place called Dandabanga." And he was thinking, and Shachinandru had never seen this person in his life. And he's like, "Babaji Maharaj, do you know my Gurudev?" "Yes, I know your Gurudev. Physically, I have not seen, but I know him." And it's like, Shachinandan Prabhu said, I did not understand anything what he was talking about. So Babaji Maharaj, he brought Sachinand Prabhu to the place of Dandabanga, where the pastime of Nityananda Prabhu breaking Mahaprabhu's staff took place. And Babaji Maharaj, Sachinand Prabhu asked, like, what is your name? My name is Haridas, Haridas Sain Babaji.
And he said Radha Vinod Bihari.
He said, rather Vinod Bihari.
That is so interesting because that's like Param Gurudev's unique Thakurji. Like that was Param Gurudev gave the name Radha Vinod Bihari, right?
Yeah,
Wow. Very interesting. Okay.
yeah, yeah. He's coming in the bloodline of Shivananda Sain, this Babaji Maharaj. And so he brought him to Dandabanga, and Sachinand Prabhu said, I did not like it at all. At that time, it was a very bad condition near Dandabanga. There was a lot of stool everywhere. It was practically being used as a public toilet, so to speak. So he was not happy there. And Babaji Maharaj, Haridas Sain Babaji Maharaj was saying that you should develop this place. And Sachinand Prabhu told him, Babaji Maharaj, this is a very nasty place. I just plainly said, Sachinand said, I just plainly said the words. This is a very nasty place. It's like, why is it so important, Babaji Maharaj? I mean, we're gonna get a donation. We're gonna get a donation. We can get some land elsewhere. Also, it isn't very easy to get land here. And here, part of this land of Dandabanga, it's owned by the Jagannath Temple. Some of it belongs to the Varaha Temple here. Some of it belongs to the Dandabanga Gopinath Temple. Like, why is this so important, Maharaj? And Babaji Maharaj told him, if I have to quote from Shastra, it will take me 1 year to explain everything. It's like, you just see what Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami has said about this Leela, that it is Parama and Dhira, that this pastime of Nityananda Prabhu breaking the staff of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is Param, very great, and Dhir, very sober. You can look through all Shastra, you can look through all the Leela pastimes of Maryada Purushottam Ramchandra, Leela Purushottam Shri Krishna, and Prem Purushottam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you will not find these two words in to these two words, Parama and Dhira, along with the Leela, except for the Dandabanga Leela. And these two words, Parama and Dhira, are very significant. Ishvara Parama Krishna, like that, and Dhira Tattva something. So you just mind these two words, Shachinan, that this Leela is very, very significant. And so after that meeting, he developed the place. And he developed the place with some of his god uncles from ISKCON, like Shivaram Swami and others. And so somehow or other, they got the land and they developed that place. But there's a bit more to the story. All right. Sachinand was asking Babaji Maharaj a bit more. Like, Babaji Maharaj, how did you come to the conclusion of all these things about Dandabanga? And Babaji Maharaj was saying, Sachinandan, I do not want to tell you because I know you will not keep it a secret. And Sachinanda Prabhu said, my reputation is that I cannot keep secrets. And he said, in my government job, people would say, hey, if you have anything confidential, tell Sachinandan. And then very confidentially, he will tell 10,000 people. So that is my reputation. Anyhow, he said, my Gurudev Gauragovinda Maharaj would tell me the same thing. Anyhow, Babaji Maharaj told me, one day I was coming here. I had a desire that I wanted to see the pastime places, instance of Mahaprabhu here in Jagannath Puri. He lives in Jagannath Puri. Babaji Maharaj lives in Jagannath Puri, but he wanted to see some pastime places. So I was going to see Kapteshwar Mahadev, where the Shivalinga established by Lord Ramchandra. And then somehow or other, I slipped and fell into the lake. And there was one boy with me, and he was calling out, Babaji Maharaj, Babaji Maharaj. But when I fell into here, I felt this amazing bliss, this amazing ananda. here. I felt like I was no longer in this nasty material world. In fact, I felt like I was in Golok Vrindavan, and I became immersed in all this bliss. And then I started eating the mud here. It tasted like nectar. In fact, it tasted even better than nectar. And then Haridas Saint Babji Maharaj said, and then I got one vision. And it was of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata. And he was talking to Yamuna Devi. And Yamuna Devi was telling Mahaprabhu, all the glories of your Leela, like all the credit has gone to Ganga in this Leela, in her Leela pastimes. What about me? And Mahaprabhu told Yamuna, you're also my dear Saki. You shall remain here with me in this Dandabanga, and I shall leave my staff here. And Babji Maharaj said, and that staff of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, it is still here in this Dandabanga, and it is here giving prem. This is why this Dandabanga is so important, because this Danda of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu is still residing here. The Danda was broken, and at the same time it was not broken. How to explain this? Well, can any spiritual thing actually be broken? In that spiritual realm, can anything be broken? And Mahaprabhu's Danda was not material, it was spiritual and transcendental. So it is still remaining here on Mahaprabhu's order. And it is giving out prem. This place is very, very important. And this place is extremely glorious. In fact, it is one of the most important places in the universe. And then Sachidananda Prabhu said, Maharaj, Radhakund is superior to this place. And Babji Maharaj said, yes, I agree, Radhakund is superior to this place. But you should understand, if a person makes distinctions between the Dhams or makes comparisons between the Dhams out of foolishness or out of emotion, both are offensive. I'm not comparing the Dhams, which you should understand. You should understand this from a different light. Yamuna was there in Ram Leela. Yamuna was also there in Gaura Leela. But Yamuna in Krishna Leela is Yamuna in Krishna Leela. Yamuna is there in Agra. Yamuna is there in Delhi. But Yamuna in Mathura Vrindavan is Yamuna in Mathura Vrindavan. Similarly, this place is very extremely important. And then I forget what else Babaji Maharaj told them. Yeah, I'm having some difficulty remembering now. Anyhow, that's how the decision was made.
Wow, very fascinating story.
Oh, there's
Yes.
actually, now I remember one incident and that happened. And so Sachidananda Prabhu said, and then we finally got the land and developed it here. Of course, there have been some controversies. And he said, and then Sachidananda Prabhu said, there is this one saint. There's this one great saint, Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. He came here once. He came here once with his disciples. He's very exalted, and many of his followers are Prabhupada disciples. So Maharaj came here once, and I was informed. So I came here. I offered pranam. I was thinking, oh, Sadhu is here. I must serve him. And Maharaj asked me, where is Sachinandan? I identified myself. I am Sachinandan. And Maharaj asked me, Sachinandan Prabhu, why are you deceiving the masses? And I thought, my God, such a direct question. And this is just the first meeting. I told him, Maharaj, please forgive me. I don't know what you're talking about. And Maharaj then asked me, you're saying that this place is Dandabanga, but our Vrindavan Das Thakur has said that Dandabanga took place in this location. Are you disagreeing with Vrindavan Das Thakur? I told him, Maharaj, I am not saying that this place is Dandabanga. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that this place is Dandabanga. Bhakti-san Saraswati Thakur is saying that this place is Dandabanga. And another Vaishnav, Govindadas, Bhakta Govindadas, is also saying that this place is Dandabanga. So I showed him the comment. So I quoted from the commentary, from the Anubhashya commentary of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then Maharaj was happy with me. And then Maharaj asked me, Shachinandan Prabhu, it is stated in Shastra that if one leaves his body in Vrindavan, one will go to Golok Vrindavan. And if one leaves his body in Jagannath Puri, he will go to Vaikuntha. What is your opinion on this? And I said, Maharaj, what you're saying is true. Shastra has said that thing. But Shastra has said so much more than this. In Padma Puran, it's been stated that if you leave your body in Jagannath Puri, you can go to Golok Vrindavan even faster than if you were to leave your body in Vrindavan. And Shachinandan said, and Maharaj became very happy with me. But my God, his disciples would not let me be in peace. And they came and they forward and they challenged me. And I said, listen, I don't have time. If you want the reference, I'll show you the reference and tell you where it is in Padma Puran. And then later, 1 year later, I saw Maharaj again. Maharaj saw me in Vrindavan. And then Maharaj came running towards me and embraced me. And he talked to me very nicely. So and then he said, he is very great.
Very interesting. All right, I have a guest coming here in 5 minutes, and I need to explain to her how to get here. So I need to end now. But thank you for sharing that. And yeah, if anybody gets a chance, if anybody goes to Puri or that side, then yeah, it's very special darshan, Dandavanga, very beautiful area. I've been there a couple times. So all right, Dandavat pranams, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.